Alright, so I just wanted to quickly go over the new update that came out literally like an hour ago, and I've been online the entire time. I just want to say, I don't know exactly everything. I'll update you in the comments if anything changes, but let's go. So this update was actually a farming update, and the first thing I want to say really quickly, they had the delicate enchant, which was actually teased about a couple of weeks ago, I'd say, by Minicloon. Basically, it's the void breaking stems from SBA, but as an enchant. Next up, the hub is fixed. As you can see here, it's pretty much entirely fixed and looks very nice again. Now, if we go to the barn, / the farming islands, because the barn in the mushroom desert have actually become a single island now. So this is where everything has happened. So the barn in itself hasn't changed too much, apart from the fact that pigs, cows and chickens spawn so much. Now there are so many of them, which means it's not necessarily a good mine making method, but you can grind them a bit easier. They also, in the patch notes, you also said there was actually a windmill quest, but there isn't, as far as I'm aware. The guy in there, windmill operator I think he's called, actually basically just a farm merchant. So there are so many changes, and I'm going over everything I know in this video. So these guys at the very start, which is the desert settlements, are completely useless. Down here, the oasis, rabbits spawn in their numbers, along with loads of cocoa beans, along with loads of cane. And it's quite a nice place, and there's also an absolute ton of sheep now, which is quite nice. Over here, there is a house. This is the very far side of the island, with someone called Farmer John. And at the same time, there are lots of NPCs out there, so they don't really seem to do much. However, I mean, there's a lot that's gone on, so I'm going to be kind of cutting a lot to try and go through it. They've greatly increased the rates of everything. Look at all this cactus right here. There's quite a bit of it, and you can actually mine the sand now, which is actually pretty good for mining XP. I don't think this is the best thing ever. However, you can do this quite well. Also, if you didn't know, the storage has been updated. It's now, you know, ender chest pages, plus you can put your backpacks in here. I chose to open this to get out my shovel to see what happens. It's not exactly bad for mining XP. Look at this. Nothing exactly that good. However, you can now mine sand without having to get yourself like a desert island thing for it. The netherrack collection has also been updated to netherrack 5, which gives you the magical lava bucket recipe, which is enchanted netherrack and 3 iron ingots, which is basically a magical water bucket, apart from magical lava bucket. And also, prismarine shard collection has been updated. It's now a weather node, which is an item that you can place on your island, and you can click it to change the weather, and it will remember your choice. Interesting, I guess, not that cool. There's also a treasure hunter on this island. That's where you spawn, just there when he's up here. He's not exactly that useful. He just has information about this treasure, which does absolutely nothing, and he has new stuff, and you get no rewards at the moment. It's not really worth it. There are a ton of NPCs, like the one I just talked to, someone over there that I'm not going to show in the video, probably, who can just direct you to other NPCs, and this one is probably one of the more important ones. You can find this place by... If you see over there, there's a shepherd over there along with some other stuff, and the spawn's like over there. And you come down here, it's quite hard to find. However, when you get here, you have Trevor the Trapper and his 2 friends. And Trevor the Trapper basically gives you a task that you can accept, and you have to track an elusive animal. I have to track an untrackable animal near the oasis. So there's an animal, and if you go into Tammy here, untrackable animals, they run slowly away from you when I approach them. And there are different levels to elusive animals. They blind you, they sprint away, and they disappear if they see you. And these are the 5 animals you can get. It's interesting. It's not the coolest thing in the world, but it's quite interesting. And you get, if you trap them, you get some, I think it's called pelt, which you use to craft or upgrade your farm minions to tier 12. This might mean you can get a 30th minion slot. I'm not sure. This would certainly get you close to the 30th minion slot, which is quite cool, actually. Up on this mountain, I believe it's the tallest mountain. My rend distance is very good. The spawn is all the way over there. This tall mountain, there is an NPC called Jake. He doesn't really do much. He lets you bring animals to him, which you do just by, you know, bringing a sheep or a cow or a mushroom, which I've added, and things like that to him. And he'll give you an axe for the respective thing that basically makes him drop more stuff. It's so boringly hard to get animals up there that I don't recommend it. One of my favourite things is there's the spawn, and over here there is actually a new area, which is where you can grind mushrooms a heck of a lot easier. Let me get myself just an axe to have on me. You can grind mushrooms, there's a lot more mushrooms now, and this is the mushroom desert still. But when you go down to here, I believe it changes to the mushroom gorge, and down here there is a glowing mushroom cave over there, and there is an overgrown mushroom cave somewhere. It's quite a nice area, it's quite good looking, and there are loads more mushrooms now, which is quite cool. Whoops, you can kind of walk off the edge of the map easily, so be careful. There's loads more mushrooms basically. This guy wants you to give him tons of food, which I don't have to know how you get, so it's quite expensive. However, it's quite a nice area now. It makes mushroom garden a bit easier because everyone's not stealing each other's mushrooms. Oh, I cannot break that, that's sad. And there are mushrooms here. If we go into the bazaar a second, they have kind of updated, dwarven materials. You can now sell treasurite. In here, you can also now sell dwarven super compactors. And fuels, you can now sell power crystals and plasma buckets and magma buckets, and it's all kind of updated. Is the overgrown mushroom cave? I'll go over literally none of it, and if I do see any new changes, I'll update you in the comments. However, there's also a new fairy soul here, by the way, that I found. So let's go and see if we can find this mob aesthetic that I'm trying to track. It has a name, so you should be able to find it quite easily. As you say in my scoreboard, it says in the Oasis. We're just going to go to the Oasis. I'll hopefully be somewhere over here. Let's have a look. There it is, the untrackable rabbit. If I go and stab this guy, I got 2 pelts. You return to the trapper in 5 minutes to get a new animal to hunt. That's how it works. You can do it a lot. It's a bit interesting, I guess. But it's not the most interesting thing in the world, and it's a little bit, I guess, boring, actually, in my opinion. I really don't think this update was actually worth it. Obviously, that might be a bit of a controversial opinion. However, I do feel like, apart from the tier 12 minions and the delicate enchant, I guess, this update could have been used for a much more interesting update. They did also add Master Mode Floor 6, which I guess is cool for those with absolute sweats, like, like the best people at the game there are. But for most people, it's not actually that interesting. And this update, in my opinion, was just kind of, not exactly a waste of time, but just, all it's done is made these mobs and crops easier to farm, which I do like, actually. I'm going to say that. But yeah, I really don't think this was actually worth it. And yes, it is cool. However, please update foraging. That would be so much cooler if foraging had an update. I've seen this update's ideas, I guess, and it's so cool. But yeah, this was a weekly update video. I'm not sure to get any views, but yeah, I will update you in the comments. And I'm sorry if this was not that in depth. This is literally an hour after the update came out, so I haven't managed to find out everything there is. There'll be better update guides in a couple of days' time. But yeah, do like and subscribe. Join my Discord, follow me on Instagram, link in the description. I'll see you guys in a couple of days with another video. Peace.